Hi everyone, welcome back to my garage. So this is my 2011 Porsche Cayenne Turbo, and today I'm going to be doing a performance modification. I just finished installing this steering wheel cover in suede. I think it looks really nice. It feels amazing. Really like this steering wheel now. I think that looks really nice. No, I really like the look and feel of that steering wheel. I recently replaced the headlights with the 2024 style, and I absolutely love these headlights. Today, I'm going to be doing a performance modification. If you're like me and you've got this 958 generation, beginning from 2011 up to 2018 with the V8s, you'll understand that the exhausts on these cars are very underwhelming. You literally cannot hear the exhaust on the V8 Porsche Cayennes, but I'm going to be upgrading the exhaust today. I will be replacing the secondary cats on the Porsche Cayenne with these pipes here. So essentially removing the secondary cats. These vehicles have two pairs of cats, so 4 catalytic converters in total. And I'll be removing the secondary ones and replacing it with this piece here from Milltek. Very nice quality, like the welds look good. So it comes with the 2 pipes. And that looks like a part number right there if you're interested. Milltek MSP 0282. I'll leave more details in the description of the video. This kit also comes with the hardware. So it's really nice that they throw in the new bolts and the nuts, because the ones on the car are gonna be rusted out. You get 2 exhaust gaskets. Shout out to Seems Legit. They do have a video of them installing this kit on their Porsche Cayenne, so check out that video. So I'm very excited to do this modification. This Porsche Cayenne Turbo is a great car. It's fun, powerful, smooth, but it's very quiet. You literally cannot hear the exhaust on this car. When you start it up, all you really hear is engine noise, nothing coming from the exhaust. When you step on the gas, all you hear is the rumble of the V8. No exhaust tone whatsoever. This is just going to give me a slight increase in sound, which is what I'm looking for, so nothing crazy, because it is still kind of my daily driver. And if you have a turbo model, you can expect about maybe 20 horsepower gain. Let's just do a quick sound clip of what the car sounds like stock, and then I'll do the same exact video right after the install. Man, I am loving this new steering wheel. So all you really hear is the turbo spool in the engine. You don't hear the exhaust at all in the stock form. All right, so you just heard the exhaust, and from inside the cabin, I honestly couldn't hear that exhaust. It's completely silent. The exhaust on the V8 Cayennes, the 958 generation 1 and 2, their exhaust is really not that great. So as you heard, that exhaust does not sound that great. It's mostly just engine noise. That's all I really hear from the cabin. And so I'm really looking forward to do this modification. There is the primary catalytic converter on the Cayenne. This one has the oxygen sensor. So by removing this here, the secondary cat will not trigger any check engine lights, because the exhaust system is not monitored in these cats. So basically all that I'm going to be doing is removing this piece and just replacing it with that straight pipe. Now the install seems pretty straightforward. You've got a series of bolts on these flanges to remove. Okay, so I'm starting on the driver's side. I'm going to try to remove these 2 bolts, or I should say nuts, that hold this exhaust sleeve. And the nuts on the back side here is a 13 mil, and you can see they're quite rusted out. So let's give this a try. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Nice. So that wasn't too bad. Hopefully the other ones will go just as smooth. And I'm barely getting clearance with this heat shield back here. Okay, that's good so far. Nice.
That last clip that you just saw is me sitting at a coffee shop across from the muffler shop where I eventually end up taking the Cayenne. That's because some of the nuts underneath the car were just way too rusted out. It was very difficult for me to remove, and they had the right tools to remove it quite easily. So it only took them about an hour, and I paid about a couple $100. All right, guys, let's go look underneath the vehicle so you can see what the final finished product looks like.
So this is where the secondary cats would have been located, and as you can see, it's all been replaced. So this is the factory pipe coming here, down pipe. Secondary cats would have been right here, and those are gone. Looks very clean. Now, this was really silver when it first installed, but as you can see, it kind of turns this kind of a really nice gold color, and that's kind of normal with the heat cycles for stainless steel. So that's what the finished product looks like. Now let's go ahead and start her up so you can see just how much better the car sounds.
Okay, it's gonna be a cold start with the new secondary cat delete pipes installed. I don't know how well this is picking up on the audio, but you can definitely hear there's a bit of a more rumble coming from the exhaust. Before it was completely silent. Now there's a really nice rumble sound coming from the exhaust. It's very modest, but it's definitely a tone that wasn't there before. And I do think sitting at idle, it does sound much better than stock. So from inside the cab, I honestly cannot hear any difference. It sounds pretty much stock. On startup, you really can't tell the difference when you're inside the vehicle. It is, I think, louder from outside the vehicle, but from inside the cabin, it sounds pretty much identical. Even giving it some revs, everything sounds the same from the inside the cabin, but when you're outside, man, that exhaust does sound really good. So let's just go for a drive, and we'll see if there's any difference from driving the car hard from inside the vehicle. So just cruising around town, it sounds pretty much the same inside the cabin. It's really hard to tell the difference between this and in the stock form. It's pretty much identical. And again, this is just when it's under normal driving, but when you really step on it, you can really start to hear that exhaust. The other thing that I've noticed, when you let go of the gas, there's a really nice rumble coming from the exhaust. I don't know if it's gonna catch on video, but that wasn't there before, right? So as I'm driving and I let go of the gas, there's some sort of like rumble, burble. It's very distinct, hard to hear, and that wasn't there before. And I really do like that sound when you let go of the gas. So you can, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but when you do give it some gas, you can definitely hear that exhaust. Maybe if I go to manual mode, it'll be more apparent. But when you step it, you really can hear an exhaust tone coming from the car now. So here I'll step into it, so hopefully you guys will hear that exhaust. Okay, so driving with the windows up. I don't know how well that's coming on the audio on this camera, but for me, I can definitely hear exhaust tones when you floor it. And the other thing I've noticed, I can hear the turbo spool, whereas before I could barely ever hear the turbo. So the turbo spool to me seems like it's a little bit more amplified. Okay, let's do another pull here.
Yeah, it definitely does sound much better in my opinion. Again, it's a very subtle difference in sound. Now, before, when the car was stock, you literally would never ever hear the exhaust from inside the cabin. You would never hear it. No matter how much you step on the gas, you will not hear the exhaust from inside the cabin. But now, when you step on it, you can definitely hear that exhaust. So right now I'm in third. Okay, I'm in second. Okay, you can definitely hear that exhaust. And it sounds pretty good. Sounds really good. In terms of performance gains, I mean, you might get 20 horsepower, but are you gonna really feel 20 horsepower when you're starting with 500? I don't know. But what I have noticed is I do feel like the throttle response is a little better. I feel like the turbo spool is a little bit louder, and I can definitely hear an exhaust tone coming from inside the cabin. And to me, it just seems like it has a little bit more power at the top end. Torque wise, I don't really notice a difference. But it's really on the top end, when you're really on it, that's where I feel like that there is an improvement. So just cruising along, it's nice and quiet. You don't really hear anything. But as soon as you floor it, you can definitely hear that exhaust. So every time I give it gas, I'm gonna give it gas on and off, and you guys tell me if you can hear the exhaust, because I definitely do. That sounds really good. Now let's do a pull here. Okay, I'll do another pull with the window down. Let's see if we can hear that exhaust on the audio. I do feel like it definitely pulls harder at the top end. Man, this is such a nice performance upgrade, guys. I feel like you get a little bit more power, better throttle response, and obviously you get better sound. And sitting at idle, it sounds completely same as stock. There's no difference. Wide body Hellcat. Sweet. Okay, let's just go down to second gear. And these rumbles that come off when you let go of the gas, it just sounds so good. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It sounds so good. To wrap things up, I would say that deleting the secondary cats on the Cayenne Turbo is a great performance upgrade that I highly recommend that you do. The car sounds much better, and the best part is when you're driving inside the vehicle with the windows up, it sounds completely stock, which to me was important because it is my daily driver. This is actually my winter beater. I try to put as much mileage on this vehicle so I don't have to put mileage on my other vehicles. And so since it's a daily, I didn't want to do anything crazy like straight pipe it, but I do want a bit of some performance sound, and getting rid of those secondary cats really did accomplish that. It gives it a really nice performance sound to it, but not being overly obnoxious like doing a straight pipe. So highly recommend doing it. I think the next performance mod that I'm planning to do on the Cayenne is a performance tune, and I think that'll go really well with the secondary cat delete. That's gonna do it for this one, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and if you're considering doing this mod for your Cayenne, I do recommend it. I think it's a really nice upgrade. I really enjoy the car. I really do enjoy driving a Cayenne a lot more now because of that sound, especially when you're like driving manual mode and you step on it and you got your windows down, you can literally hear the rumble from the exhaust, and that wasn't there. And I think it just sounds perfect for this car. It's got a very powerful twin turbo V8, and now it sounds like it. So I'm very happy with it. Great mod, very happy with it. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.